Hi, I'm Éabha McMahon, and I'm very excited to be returning to the Gym Masters show again. It's been a while since I've spoken to you all, and last time I was on the show, I was talking about Wildflower, which was my debut album. But today I'll be telling you all about my new venture, which is the Celtic World Forum that'll be hosted in Ireland this October. So, very excited. Thank you, Jim, for having me on again.
Hey there, my friend. What a terrific intro and open that was. I'm going to have you open my show every time I do an episode. So I hope you're available just about every day. How are you, Éabha, coming to us from beautiful Ireland? It's so nice to welcome you back to the Gym Masters Show, Entertainment Lifestyle Celebrity Talk Show series. We've known each other for quite a while, all, of course, originally through Celtic Woman and my work with PBS and interviewing all of you over the years. And you're all wonderful and so delightful. And you're a super talent and so nice to come on the show to tell us about some really cool things. How have you been? It's so good to see you again.
Oh my goodness, Jim, that was good for my confidence. Thank you so much. It is brilliant to be back on your show again. I really loved our chat the last time, and I've been following your channel ever since. And I know that a lot of people that are on my Facebook and Instagram have been following your amazing guests too. So it's great to be back on again chatting. And I'm great. I am 35 weeks pregnant, so I'm actually really nearly ready to give birth to my third child, our third child. The last time we spoke,
and we have evidence of it right there.
There, yeah, it's pretty evident there. The last time we spoke, I had no children. We were in the middle of COVID, and I had just released my first album, Wildflower. And that was brilliant. I absolutely loved sharing songs from that album on your show. And since then, life has been really, really busy. I have a brand new venture, which is the Celtic World Forum. And this actually will be the third year of it running in Ireland. So it's an amazing, 3-day event you'll see there. And it brings together artists and enthusiasts from all over the world to share their craft and their skills and their songs and their stories. And we've been doing it now. This will be our third year. It's happening from the 21st to the 23rd of October in Dublin, in Killiney, which is where I'm from, which is lovely to be able to bring it home to my, I'm from Dalkey, and it's Dalkey Killiney. So it's bringing it home to my hometown, which is really special. And we have incredible artists lined up. And then we have people flying in from all over the world to attend this special 3-day event. So I'm dying to tell you all about that. And it's just been, that's what's been going on in my world. But it's been busy, and it's been definitely 3 years since we chatted, because this has been going on for 3 years. So there's a lot has happened. We need to catch up.
A lot has happened, and congratulations on all of it, my friend. So well earned, so well deserved. And again, you're an amazing talent, an amazing person. Everybody excited to have you here. I'm very excited to welcome you back to the show as well. And, a lot of people, of course, know you from your years with Celtic Woman and ANÚNA and so much more. And those have been some wonderful memories for you as well. Wonderful years, wonderful tours, and the craziness of it all, and the love of it all, and the joy of it all. Some great shots we're showing here too. How did you first get involved in the world of music? For anybody who isn't familiar with, your incredible background, as I mentioned, you've worked with so many terrific artists. You are a fabulous artist as well. ANÚNA, of course, the original voices of Riverdance, such a wonderful, illustrious time with that fabulous group and that great organization. Your beautiful solo career as well, Éabha, on stage, in the studio, making music. The years with the ladies, the lovely ladies, our friends from Celtic Woman, of course, the internationally beloved Irish music ensemble, a part of that great group. Of course, we met back in the day when Celtic Woman came many, many times over to America, and I interviewed Celtic Woman on PBS, of course, and you were introduced to America in such a loving way, in a fabulous way. How did it all get started for you, in case folks aren't aware?
That was such a lovely trip down memory lane, even for me. How did I get started with it all? I think I'm lucky. I'm from a family that are musical. So Anuna, Michael McGlynn, is actually my cousin, and he set up Anuna, who are the original choir for Riverdance. So I was very lucky that music has always been a huge part of my growing up. And every time we would have dinner, and if anybody outside of the family came for dinner in our house, you'd be singing a song and you'd be telling stories, and it would always be performance for storytelling's sake, as opposed to it being performative, you know. So very much learning the songs of Ireland, the songs of our history and our past, and that was always very much what my family did growing up, kind of around the kitchen table. Then we went to Cultus Kiltory Éireann, which some of your listeners, if they're into Irish music, might have heard of, which are kind of this amazing organization in Ireland that promotes Irish music for young people and adults. And there are kind of branches in every town in Ireland, and you can go there to learn music. So we went weekly there to learn the tin whistle, to learn sean-nós singing, to learn the bodhrán, and any instrument you kind of would want to try out. They had classes there. And it was a brilliant way to bring community together and also to promote Irish music in the area. And so that was a huge part of my life from the age of probably 8, and then all the way up until, it's still a huge part of my life now. I would always mention it if I ever do interviews. I think that it's an incredible resource for children in Ireland, and that they have access to these amazing teachers through Cultus. And yeah, I then began competing in the Flaceol na hÉireann and Oireachtas na hÉireann, which are the kind of competitions nationally, which were linked to Cultus. So my teacher would have put me in for, let's say the under 12s sean-nós competition, and then you would compete in your county, and then you'd go to your province, and then eventually the All-Ireland final. So it's just a great buzz growing up, learning this music, and the camaraderie that went with all the friends you made. And then alongside that, having my mum and dad at home, who were very much promoters of, sing a song after dinner. And then my cousins, the McGlyns, were huge mentors for me, still are. And I joined ANÚNA when I was 15. So I was at the time the youngest member in the group, which was great to have that, to be exposed to that level of musicality with all these adults around me, who most of them had studied music and were in college and stuff, and I was only in school. But to be surrounded by that level of talent. And then that photo there of Tara, Rebecca Winkworth and Hosier, I was lucky that my school, St. Gerard's in Bray, were amazing for promoting any kind. If you showed any interest in music, they just got the best teachers in to teach, and they put on these amazing concerts. Like when I was in final year in school, they rented the concert hall, the National Concert Hall in Ireland, so that we could put on a final concert for all the musicians in the school, because there was that level of musicality in our school. And Hosier was actually part of that concert. He was in my year in school. So was Rebecca Winkworth. So there was great talent in the school, and they really kind of nurtured that. So I was lucky in so many ways that music was part of my life, whether I kind of liked it or not. It was just there, and then joining ANÚNA was the beginning of my, I suppose, semi-professional career, where I was in school, but I was going on tours to America. That was my first tour, was a PBS tour to the States. We went over to make a PBS special, and it was a Christmas special called Christmas Memories. And that was the start of the bug. Definitely, I was like, this is what I want to do. I remember coming home and saying to my mum, this is it. I want to do this for my job, and I don't know how I'm going to make it happen, but I'm going to make it happen. And then my mum, being a very kind of to Irish mother being like, you are going to finish school and then you can decide what you're going to do after that. You can go and do music. So I did school, and then I went to college and university here in Galway, where I'm living now. I'm talking to you from the west of Ireland here. And I studied human rights. And actually, I'm really glad I did that, because even after that, going on and joining Celtic Woman, writing my own music, writing for other kind of groups, I feel like my degree and even my school years are so part of who I am, and even the music that I write now, I think none of that would have been possible without all the other stepping stones on the way, and now it's all stepping stones. I feel like it's all led me to this big dream, which I've had for a long time, which is the Celtic World Forum. And that is ultimately promoting the music of Ireland, the songs of Ireland, our history, making it accessible for people to learn about Ireland and the beautiful Celtic music that we have here. And yeah, it's been a dream come true to bring that to life. I think of anything I've done career-wise, this has been the most rewarding. And I think the reason for that is I'm not doing it on my own. I'm also working and collaborating with new artists every year. There's my partner in crime there, Shane McDonnell. And we had worked together in Celtic Woman, and we always kind of, when I left Celtic Woman, I would tell him, my ideas for what I thought the Celtic World Forum could be, and he was telling me his ideas, and we kind of just amalgamated them. And it's been a really good team of I always say to him, we're a good team. We work together well, and we're both looking to achieve the same thing, which is to promote Irish music in a really authentic way and a bespoke way that feels still very intimate for anybody that's attending. Like sometimes when you attend big shows, you might get to go to the show and maybe meet the artist for 2 minutes, in a meet and greet. But my whole idea behind this was I wanted to let people get behind the scenes, to hear the artist talking about what they're really passionate about, how they got to where they are today, who taught them, the instrument they're playing, where did they get that instrument, panel talks that you can see there, where we discuss certain topics, and having the people that are attending right up close and personal in the room. We don't have big numbers at it on purpose, so that people really feel they're getting an experience that they haven't gotten anywhere else when they've gone to attend concerts, whether it be as part of a group setting or whether they go to see an artist individually. It's really immersive. It's 3 days where you're essentially all in together. Like everybody stays in one place, and you're having your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner. You're also going to your workshops and your talks during the day. Your song circle at 5 p.m., which is like an acoustic setting, like a session, which I would have grown up going to. But you're with all these artists from all these different places that you've been listening to for years. And then at nighttime, you watch the big show, which is what we're probably more used to seeing these artists doing, is the big show. But it's so much more rewarding, I think, for the people attending, because they've been getting to know these artists all day. They've been hearing who they really are, like what lights them up. All about these songs that they're going to play. So it adds so much depth to the music that people are already loving and listening to. And I just think ultimately it makes everything more accessible in terms of the Irish language, in terms of the music, and it makes people feel like it belongs to them. Because I think that's a huge part with Irish music. Sometimes, people might say, well, my great grandmother is Irish, but I don't feel I have the right to learn the language, or I don't feel like an imposter if I start singing a song. And this whole idea is that it belongs to everybody. We are all, we're all here. If you enjoy listening to Irish music, then you have the right to learn it. You have the right to learn about it and ask all the questions you want in a safe and comfortable environment. And that's really what the Celtic World Forum does. And for a lot of people that haven't been to Ireland before, it's the perfect way to make your trip to Ireland and then in these 3 days tick all these bucket lists of meeting all these artists at one time and singing with them and then watching them perform. So this year we're hosting it in the Fitzpatrick's Castle, which is an 18th century castle, and it's on the coast. It's, I know I don't mean to be like, I'm kind of biased because I'm from here, but it is one of the most beautiful places in Ireland, in my opinion. And it'll all be hosted in the castle, and you stay there, you have your meals there. Everybody kind of has their kind of downtime where you chill out and chat to the artists and everything, and then the concerts are there as well. So it's really handy that you kind of, it's really immersive, but in a very beautiful environment. And if you want to go for a walk, you see the water there, or the swims. I'm a sea swimmer, and although not at the moment because I'm very pregnant, but usually, yeah. And it's right beside the sea. It's in a really picturesque, beautiful part of our country. So
very beautiful, beautiful castle, Fitzpatrick's castle. This
yeah.
is where you stay and where things happen, folks. And look how, if you've ever gone or wanted to return or have never been to Ireland, what a great way to go for the first time and experience the beauty and stay at this fantastic historic place. I mean, it's just breathtaking. And what was your vision and your mission when you created the Celtic World Music Forum? I mean, for folks that are watching, there are many Celtic related artists that they've seen on television, that they've heard, on the radio and streaming, a lot of their favorites from all these beloved groups too, as well as solo and individual artists. A lot of them are there, right? You all come together from all these different groups that people, not just here in America, but around the world, have fallen in love with. And they almost get a chance to experience them, like you're saying, singing, performing, doing things on stage, but also have these panels, these forums, these Q&As, learn about what they love, learn about things that are celebrating Irish music and culture and spreading it around the world. And it's access that they don't always get when they're going to a specific concert and they're sitting in the seats, or they're listening to it, on a CD or streaming. You're actually immersed with the folks, and it's a unique experience at this castle in Ireland. How cool is that?
Yeah, absolutely. You just nailed it there. If I could just even snapshot what you just said there, that's the perfect description. And I think a huge part of the inspiration behind it was that in COVID, like the last time we spoke to each other, actually, I just felt that artists were craving that connection again to the people that listen to their music, as well as the people that are listening to Irish music. They were craving the concerts and they were seeing everything online, and online is brilliant, and it's opened up a whole new world for people, especially artists and musicians. But I think ultimately it's amazing to get in the room again and to be able to perform live for people. And to speak to people that are listening to your music is like really an amazing feeling. So I always envisioned that whatever we put on, and Celtic World Forum is one of, like, Celtic World is the brand, but Celtic World Forum is just one kind of facet of the brand, which is the 3-day event. But our big dream is to create these unique and bespoke events, whether it's in Ireland or we take it overseas to the US, which we would love to do in the future. But that we always keep this really bespoke feeling where it's intimate. People feel that they have access, like you said, to ask questions and to learn in a really really organic way about whatever the talk is about, whether it's kind of, let's say, instruments of Irish music, sean-nós singing, Irish storytelling. We've had panels that discuss interesting parts of the music industry, even, when it comes to marketing and streaming, and how artists live in that world of making it a career. And we've had artists actually come up and talk about their experiences, which people have loved. So it's having this umbrella of Celtic World and these different events. Like recently we even did our first corporate event, which was very exciting for the artists, because it was kind of a 30-minute event that went on in Ireland. And it really showed us that Celtic World can be many things. It can be this gathering every year, which is really special for us too. Like, we get as much out of it as the people attending get out of it, because the thing with artists is sometimes you like, I knew most of those people in the first and second year, but I hadn't met loads of them in person. I just listened to their music, or I'd be hey online, hey, how are you? Love your music. So we're fans of each other, but we've never met in person. Then all of a sudden, this Celtic World Forum brings all of those artists onto one stage together. Like last year, we had a song circle, and I remember at one point looking around going, how are all these people here? We had members of the High Kings, member of Anuna, members of Celtic Woman, River Dance, Lord of the Dance, all in this just completely acoustic space. And everyone was just singing a bit of a song. Like it wasn't a big deal. It was just, what would you like to sing? Oh, I'll sing Danny Boy. Okay, I might sing a bit of Wild Mountain Thyme. I might sing a Shanno song. And then at nighttime, then you're up on the stage performing with a big live band, a big production. So the people attending are getting a bit of everything out of it, which I think is why it's been so special for people. Like we basically most people that attended in year one have attended every year since, and I've booked again this year, which I think is such a huge testament to the Celtic World Forum, that it's obviously giving them something that they haven't gotten before, you know, when it comes to learning about this music and feeling really connected to the artists that they have been supporting for years and years.
You know, it really is a terrific idea. It's like the ultimate fan forum, too, for those who love everything Celtic, everything Irish, and also all of these beloved artists that they've come to know and enjoy over the years. And the fan bases, I know from interviewing most, if not all of you, from Celtic Woman, the High Kings, Celtic Thunder, you know, Phil Coulter, Sir James Galway, just everybody you can think of from the Irish musical community, all so talented and so fun and warm and affable and engaging and always wanting to put on a good show and have a good time and respecting and valuing the audiences, whether it's through television, radio, streaming, on stage, in person, meets and greets, whatever it is. And now to have the opportunity to see them up close and personal, not just looking up at a stage or what have you, but have them right there where you can communicate and celebrate. It's like the ultimate gathering. It's like the Celtic version of Woodstock.
Yeah, that's Anita Daly, who is a great friend and has been amazing. Like she came to the Celtic World Forum last year, and then we met in Galway for dinner after the forum to like debrief. And it was one of the things she said about it. You know, it is similar to Woodstock, but at the moment it's still this really intimate thing that almost people come to it and they're like, you know, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is it. I can't believe this is what you're doing, because we haven't done a huge, massive marketing campaign. It's very much been word of mouth. You know, forums online saying, here, I went to this forum, Celtic World Forum last year, and these people were performing at it. And then you might have another 5 people join the next year that might say, oh, I came through this forum or that forum. But I love that part of it, that it's almost like the best kept secret. That's what everyone keeps saying when they attend. They kind of say like, how is this not everywhere right now? But the whole idea is really that you attend and you feel like really special that you're there, that it's a really special event. And for the artists too, like the artists come away saying, I've all these new people that I've met that have been listening to my music for years. I've never seen them in person or met them in person, but I know their names and now I know them. And for an artist, that's a really lovely feeling, that if you release music and you see, let's say, Lizzie from California, who you've always known has been there, but now you've met her. Like it's a lovely feeling for us too, to have that kind of connection and to know that when you put music into the world, there are people that they're real people and you're like, I know them now and they're going to support me.
Super fans, 2 people who love to follow you and everybody else, and just really and we've been lucky here when I started this series to intermingle some of that love between our show and all of you, and we feel that love too for our show, and we feel the love that people have for fabulous artists like you and all the others who attend the Celtic World Music Forum. It's very palpable and it's very beautiful to know that you're doing things that really connect and resonate with people, right? And provide inspiration, joy, healing, pleasure. It's the world needs more of these kinds of things about now, right?
I agree. And I mean, that's when I said I did my human rights degree in college. Like at the time, I remember thinking, I just want to do music. But actually, I'm so glad that I did that because I loved doing my solo career, which was my album Wildflower. And I'm always writing music. I still am now. And I released music. Released an EP called Moher when I was pregnant with Noah, I think, or when she was just born. And all of that part of me is so important. But I always knew there was like something more as well, and that I wanted to be able to create something that stood for something really good in this world. And connection is the big thing that we are slowly, unfortunately, losing in parts of our daily lives. So with the Celtic World Forum, the whole idea and emphasis on it is connection. It's building community. It's bringing artists back together again. It's bringing the community of people that listen to this music together into one room again to essentially just, debrief on the last few years where we were all kept apart as well because of COVID. And now there's so much going on in the world. And I think it can be really easy to lose sight of music and the beauty of storytelling. And the one thing I love about the Celtic World Forum is when people come from all over the world. We had people from 20 different countries last year attending. And when we're together for those 3 days, we're together because of the music. And that's the big thing. It doesn't matter where you're from, what you believe in, what you don't believe in. We're all there as human beings, as equals, to sit back and enjoy and learn. And I think that's a really positive thing to be able to, host and stage something that stands for unity and that stands for the beauty of music and of storytelling.
I wanted to make mention as well that this is created by Grammy nominated Irish singer and songwriter, the wonderful Éabha McMahon. This has really been a labor of love. I mean, it's quite a venture to put together, right? It takes time to get it all, book everything and arrange everything and get everybody's schedules together. So when people come, they don't have to worry about any of that because they're there and they're enjoying. But it takes months and months of planning to put something of this size and scope together, right?
Absolutely. And it's something that, like, from the day that the Celtic World Forum in 2025 finished, we're on to the next year straight away. Like it's a full year of work before the next one comes to life again. And that's the thing. It's like the long term, you're putting all this work in. You're never, in music anyway, you're never promised anything in return. Like you do it because you love it and you do it because you believe in it. And this is very much a labor of love. And it's only this year actually that we're starting to kind of look at sponsorship and getting people involved to be part of it as sponsors, and pledging, so that we can build it and grow it. But up until now, it's been very much just like a labor of love between us and the artists giving their all, every year, going above and beyond anything I could ever ask them to do. They just go above and beyond because they believe in it so wholeheartedly. So yeah, this year we've been talking about people becoming patrons and pledging and sponsors because they want to get involved. They want to see it continue on, which has been amazing. But it's an everyday. If you ask my husband here, like, he's not an overtly emotional man. He's from the west of Ireland, and it takes a lot for him to shed a tear. And last year, we do this kind of debrief on the last day where everyone says, this is where I've come from in the world, and this is what I got out of the last 3 days. Or they might say just a parting note, basically. And when it got to him, he just burst out crying. I was so beautiful, and it was all being filmed. And he just said, like, if everybody could see what artists do behind the closed doors to get things like this going, and the heart and the soul that goes into it to bring something like this to life. He was like, no one would ever believe it. It's not the gig on the day. It's not the showing up. It's all the preparation of all of the artists, not just me. I'm just the person that rings and says, any chance you'd like to do it this year? But they bring everything, like 150%, and it's just, I think that's why it's so special.
It's amazing. And our wonderful dear friend Anita is watching from New York City. We love Anita. She's a big supporter of our show, and we love her. And we have so many people watching. Anne Marie is here, and Pierre Kelly is welcoming. And yeah, so many great, nice to see everybody here. All of our regular Gym Masters show, lovely, faithful viewers, fans, of course, of Éabha and company. And nice to see Demaret in France watching as well, watching all around the world. Thank you for your enthusiasm, your passion, your love of all of this. And also, very nice. Karsten says Celtic World Forum is so amazing. Lots of YouTube symbols, thumbs up from John. Thank you very much as well. We love the interaction. Leave a comment below if you're enjoying this episode. Give us a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Gym Masters TV, as well. Love the song Circle as part of the logo as well. And then, of course, the logo goes into the actual circle itself. Really, really terrifically done. And so professionally done as well, my friend. Did you ever, when you look at your body of work and your amazing career and all these places and things you've done, did you ever think that it would get to this point and you'd be involved in these wonderful groups and you'd have an opportunity to share your talent, your music, obviously your business, marketing, promotion, and love of music talent by creating the Celtic World Music Forum and just celebrating everything that you do, richly being an ambassador for Ireland, Irish living, Irish humor, Irish love, music, culture, everything Irish, even those cozy wool sweaters I love, all of it. You are like an ambassador, not only for the Celtic community of musicians and singers and performers and producers, but also for an ambassador for the beautiful Emerald Isle. And I think that's a wonderful, it's not something that maybe has been designated by the government yet, but at the Gym Masters show, we will be gladly designating that. You're a wonderful ambassador for everything Irish. And I think it's a beautiful thing. And it's a wonderful place to be. It's a sweet spot, isn't it?
Yeah, thank you. Oh, goodness me. It's something I've always been anyone that would know me from even like when I was in school, I just have always been so passionate about Irish music, the Irish language, Irish culture and history. And again, like I said previously, making people feel like it belongs to everybody. There's no closed doors about learning the Irish language. And I think the more we make the resources accessible, the further the Irish language and our music can go worldwide. And I really saw that performing with Celtic Woman, actually. I remember we went to South Korea at one point and I sang a song called Ordi Chuan, which is an unaccompanied Shanno song. So really, really old and completely in the Irish language, completely unaccompanied. And I remember feeling the feeling in the room of like complete and utter silence. And when I finished the song, the feeling of warmth from everybody in the room, and it made me realize that the Irish language, Irish music kind of knows no bounds. It is endless in where it can go to. And that's always been my dream and my kind of hope, is that I can be somebody that can promote it from a kind of a standpoint of, I'm not from the Gaeltacht. Gaeltacht is, where you're born and bred in a community in Ireland that doesn't speak the English language. There's many Gaeltachts in Ireland. I'm from Dublin, which isn't typically known for, being a fluent Irish. Well, there's so many fluent Irish speakers in Dublin, which is incredible, but it's not a Gaeltacht area. So I didn't grow up with all my neighbours speaking Irish all the time. But my mum was an avid Irish speaker and made sure that we spoke it at home. And then I went to an Irish speaking primary school and then studied Irish in university. So I've always come from that standpoint of, I'm not from a Gaeltacht and I'm still promoting it this way. And I'm trying my best to get it out there to the world. And hopefully that will inspire others that maybe aren't from Ireland even, but want to learn the Irish language, want to learn more about Irish music, and want to feel they can do that in a way that they won't be judged, and it won't be kind of going, well, why are you learning it? You're not, I think it knows no bounds, and we need to just sing it, speak it, talk about it as far and wide as we can, and allow everybody to enjoy the kind of magic and beauty of it. Because like I said, you go as far as South Korea and they feel it. The loads of people said to me after, I didn't know what you were talking about, but I felt it. I could feel what you were talking about. I know it was a sad song, and it was, So I think that's a really beautiful part about our music as well, is it's so deeply rooted in storytelling. It was definitely the way that Irish people were able to communicate without having to say, I feel this, I feel that. We're still not great at doing that. It's, if you come to Ireland and you get to know, the general vibe of people, it's, a lot of the time it's, how are you doing? Oh, I'm grand. And you might not be grand at all, but it's through our music and poetry and songwriting and storytelling that we really show our emotions.
Kind of like we say here in the States, I'm fine.
Maybe
you're not. Maybe you just stubbed your toe 5 minutes ago, but yeah. I'm fine.
Fine, exactly. And it's like, so having this access to this other portal nearly of music and song, it allows people to go a little bit deeper, maybe. And I think that everybody can do with a bit of that. So
do you recall any, for those who have not heard the Irish language, any words, any sentences of the Irish language that you want to share with us? Certain words that stand out, perhaps?
Oh, yeah. God, there's so many. And actually,
besides sláinte,
there's a beautiful book, actually, that I don't know if she's listening now. She might be, but Siobhan minds Shay, my little girl, during the day while I'm getting a bit of work done, and she's amazing. But she's from the Gaeltacht in Kilkern in Galway, so her whole family speak only Irish. English is their second language, which is just incredible. And her cousin actually wrote this book called Dúchan, which is D-U-Fada C-H-A-N. And it's a book of Irish sayings that basically he wrote down, and it's all sayings he would have heard growing up, and that if they're not written down and published, they'll get lost. They will be gone in generations to come. So that's an amazing book for anyone who loves kind of D-U-Fada C-H-A-N, for anyone who's kind of looking for these beautiful Irish sayings. But I have so many. Like I love with Irish, there are so many things that you can't directly translate, which I love. But even, Tobronerum, if you say, the way we would say in English, I'm sorry, and you say, I'm sorry. But in Irish, you say, Tobronerum, there is sadness on me. So that's, that's how I just love kind of that the Irish language is it feels a little bit deeper or something.
Right. You're taking on your pain.
Yeah. I have sadness on me that I've done this to you, instead of just saying, I'm sorry. And the same with Ta'áhasurum, I am happy. So it's to say I'm happy, but Ta'áhasurum, there's happiness on me, and it's the same thing about when it's an emotion. It's like it's on me right now, but it could be gone again, so it's not like I am sad forevermore. Tobronerum, it's on me right now, but I love the hope there that actually tomorrow, Ta'áhasurum, I could have happiness on me. So it's like nothing is ever definite, things aren't everlasting, things move on. And I love that part of the Irish language. I love the way we speak about emotion like that.
What's beautiful about all this too, as you are presenting something like the Celtic World Music Forum, and you are being in groups like Anuna and Celtic Woman and your own fabulous solo career, and you collaborate with other artists and you brainstorm with other artists as well, and producers and performers. You're also learning even more about your own background, your own culture, your own history, your own people, the way things work, what makes Ireland and the Irish people special, the uniquenesses. So it's as you're doing these things, celebrating the culture, the music, and bringing people together, which Irish are very known for being, affable, fun, charismatic. They want to have a good time. They want you to have a good time. Wonderful storytellers, great joke tellers. Come on in, have a pint. Let's tell a few jokes. Let's let's ease our pain. Let's get away from the chaos of everyday life. go have some mashed potatoes, which I love. But, you know, it's all about life and celebrating life and the joys of life through suffering and pain and the craziness of life as well. Through all of this and this journey that you've had in creating this forum, you yourself are also learning about your background and ancestors and culture and a little bit more about the country as you share it with all of us, right?
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Like all the talks we have, we have some kind of lecturers that come and speak about specific topics. Like they might say, the songs of Ireland, and there might be like song collectors coming and speaking about different songs. So I have learned so much in the last few years. I shouldn't sit in on every talk, and every year, like my aunt Denise is brilliant. She's helping us loads this year, just in terms of like direction and she said to me, Éabha, like, you don't have to sit in on every talk, or you don't have to be always there. But I think the big thing for me is I enjoy it so much. Like I physically can't be at every single part of it because there might be a sound check, but I don't want to miss out on any talk because I learn so much, even from the artists, like talking about their journey through music. These are artists that I've listened to for years, in awe of them. And now I'm hearing them talk about where it all began for them, or who taught them, or they might sing a song a cappella in the talk. And it's a way that I've never heard them sing before. Like last year we had Orla Fallon, and she came and did an amazing, talk on Irish music and her experience through Irish music and the harp. And she performed some of the songs just completely a cappella in the room, and it was just mind-blowingly good. It was incredible. And then last year we had sorry, when I say Orla Fallon actually was the year before. I've baby brain at the moment, so my dates and all, excuse me if some of them are off. But
The
last year,
fact that you were even here,
yeah,
it's in the evening right now in Ireland. She's
yeah.
35 weeks pregnant. She looks like $1 million, and she's
Oh,
putting together a music
thank
forum
you.
all at the same time. I think you should run for office.
Oh, thank you. But I mean, I'm so inspired by it all that I would do this the day before I give birth. Like I literally just love talking about it. And like last year we had Emer Quinn, who was the winner of the Eurovision Song Contest, the song The Voice, and she came and gave a talk about her experience as that person, in that contestant in that competition, that massive competition that's watched all over the world, and winning it with that song The Voice, that then went on to tour the world with Celtic Woman. Like, that's still being sung all over the world by these huge shows. And there she was telling me that she was nervous the day that she went on stage, and that feeling of when she won it. These are kind of interviews and talks that you just won't get anywhere else. And I love that they happen at the Celtic World Forum in this really casual, like you can see there, we're all just sitting around chatting. People can talk at any time if they want to ask a question. Mairead Nesbitt, you see there, Megan Walsh from Celtic Woman, Mairead Carlin, Glenn Ronan, Katrina Sherlock from Anuna, all this melting pot of musicians that have toured the world. There's Fergus actually from Anuna as well. We toured together for years. And Madeleine Monaghan, who is a fabulous singer. And, Madeleine actually joined us for the first time last year. And she was just such an incredible addition to the Celtic World Forum. Susan McFadden, like there's so many people. Just Tara Howley, who's doing amazing work at the moment in Ireland and overseas. There's Emer, and she sang The Voice live that night. Mairead Nesbitt came over from the States to be part of it. She's been part every year. And there's all the women that were part of the show. Meg sang Nothing Compares to You, and we all joined her at the end, and it was very emotional and amazing. So yeah, we've an amazing band there. You probably see them in the background, but Bill Shanley, Graham Murphy, James Blennerhassett, Colin Farrell, Kieran Leonard. These are all of the top musicians in Ireland and on the world stage. Multiple Grammy nominations, winners, all sorts of things, all on one stage together. I mean, even looking at it just makes me so excited for this year. I can't wait to do it again. There's James Green, and he is a phenomenal dancer. He was the lead of Riverdance for 10 years and now is working with all sorts of shows as a kind of director and choreographer. And luckily he believes in the Celtic World Forum and has been part of it every year. Glenn Murphy is one of my best friends, but also an incredible, one of Ireland's finest tenors. So I'm lucky that all these people too are truly like some of my best friends, you know, and believe in the vision and know that I put my heart and soul into it, you know, and so does Shane. And we just give it our all. Like every day we're on the phone or we're discussing it in some way. And Anita Daly has been absolutely amazing as well. She came last year and just with Jim, and she just believes in it. And that's a lot of how this has happened, because you know, we don't have a huge fund behind us. We're not, you know, it's not like we're, you know, we've got millions in the bank to just pour towards this. This is homegrown. This is as homegrown as it comes. And yet every year we put on this remarkable, like beautiful experience for people. And I'm really, really proud of that. And I can't wait to see what this year has to hold. And we kind of put these packages on sale for people that are coming from the States and coming from other places all over the world, and they sell out pretty quick. So we have a few of them left. And actually I wanted to say to you, I mentioned it to you earlier, but for your listeners, excuse me, if anybody is listening that would like to attend this year.
Gets me all choked up just talking about it, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's the baby kicking away here.
The baby's in control, not you.
Absolutely. But we have a kind of a special discount code for your listeners. So yeah, CWF25 Masters, and it's all actually lowercase if in case it's you know, it's I'm not sure if the uppercase would work, but it's lowercase, yeah. And we would love to meet some new people this year. CelticWorldForum.com is where you can find out all the details. And if you want to ask any questions, you can write to info@CelticWorldForum.com. So info@CelticWorldForum.com is a way that you can kind of inquire about packages, maybe ask, say, I'm coming from here, what would you recommend? It's that personal, you know, it's not like it's like computer, you'll be writing to us, and we'll be managing the whole thing. So
look where you're staying too, at Fitzpatrick's castle. I mean, in beautiful Ireland. I mean, it doesn't get any more historic, elegant, and beautiful as this, huh?
Yeah, I'm biased again because I'm from the area, but I love that castle. I kind of spent years going up there for tea, and you know, you go up and one part of it is the beautiful old castle, and they host kind of events there. That's where our concerts will be held at night. But then they have this incredible kind of cellar bar type venue in the castle, and it's downstairs, and it's just this old school cellar, and that's where we're going to do the song circle. So it'll be really so cool and so beautiful. And then upstairs then in the castle, we'll have our performance, the big production that night. And then all day we'll have our talks in the castle as well, in different kind of rooms, and our workshops where you break off into smaller groups. And like last year we did Irish language workshop, tin whistle workshop, vocal workshop, and then dance workshop. And you can kind of pick which one you like every day. And you can try them all out if you want, or some people come specifically for the vocal and they do that every day, you know. So it's completely up to them. And again, we're not talking like huge numbers. I think some people love that about it, is that, you know, sometimes if you go to an event and you know there's thousands of people at it and you're worried, could I go alone? Would I not know anyone? But this is like, it's so intimate that when you go to it, you will absolutely know everybody's name going home, whether you like it or not. Everybody knows everyone. And it's actually so emotional on the last day when we're all leaving. Every year, artists and attendees are emotional because you just spent 3 days on this incredible journey together. And it's kind of unlike anything else. I kind of relate it sometimes to, you know, when you're in school, when you're younger and you go to like a camp or summer camp or something, and then by the end you're like, I don't want to leave everyone. It's kind of like that. But luckily, this is an annual event and we've done it every year. So people are like, we'll see you next year. And it's just this family that's been growing bigger and bigger. And it's, yeah, I can't wait to see what this year has to hold.
And like you say, this is something that is sort of the beginnings of something even larger that you would like to take to larger opportunities and venues and expand this further, right?
Absolutely. And it's something we've already begun. Like we're doing kind of music releases as part of Celtic World. So bringing all these artists together to release tracks. So we have 2 tracks that we released on Spotify last year, one called Ireland, which is a song by Picture This, who are an Irish band who I'm a huge fan of. So we kind of all got together in the studio with Bill Shanley, and we sang that. And then we also Dog May McCree, which is I Left My Heart in Ireland, is a song by an artist called Lucy Blue, and we sang that as well. And so we're always trying to promote kind of Irish songwriters, Irish artists, and bringing people together for this kind of big sound. And we hope to release more music under Celtic World as well. And then the corporate event thing was brilliant for us because it just means you're always meeting up with each other. Like, it was great to meet up in Ireland for this event, do the event together and be like, okay, hopefully see you at the next one, and definitely see you at the Celtic World Forum. And it's just, I always say it's like a big oak tree, and every year another branch is growing, slowly, steadily. There's nothing fast and you're furious about it. It's slow and steady, and it's foundation, and it's community, and it's being built with love and care, every single part of it.
It's probably even exceeded your expectations when you first thought of the idea, huh?
Yeah, like the first year, definitely we talk about that. When you have a new idea like this, Shane and I kind of had our hopes for it, obviously, but you don't know how it's going to go. That's the reality. When you put something on like this, you don't know whether people are going to come. I remember putting it on sale the first year and going to bed that night, because obviously the time differences from all over the world, and just saying like a prayer that night, going, please let 1 or 2 people come to this. You just don't know. And then we woke up the next day and there was people from all over the world. We could just see people coming from everywhere, to attend. And that's, it wasn't really then. It was more when we finished the last day of the first Celtic World Forum. I knew we were on to something really special because of our debrief that we do on the last day, and everyone genuinely being so sad to leave each other and to leave this special 3-day event. And I knew then we had to do it every year after that.
What do you think it is about Irish music and culture that people still love so much, can't get enough of, and they gravitate to? What is it about it that just fills people and fills their hearts and souls with such goodness, to where all of you have been embraced in the way that you have, in such a loving way around the world too, not just here in America and Canada and Ireland and Great Britain, but around the world, Australia, everywhere, Norway, France, Germany, Sweden, Netherlands, everything you think of, Asia. What do you think it is about Irish music and culture that people just really connect with?
I think it's similar to even what the Celtic World Forum stands for, in that I think we can get very autopilot in today's world of like, get up, go to work, you just do the same thing every day and don't feel too much, or, and I think Irish music accesses a different part of our psyche, of our soul, where you get to go way deeper, because these songs and stories are so old. They're so far beyond what we even know to be, great grandparents. And so it makes you feel a little bit more connected to humanity. I really think that's what it is. It's like storytelling of old, poetry that dates so far back that you can feel, okay, this human feeling that I have is something that dates much further back than just me here. It's kind of like, I often think when you look at the ocean, it's one of the reasons I love swimming in the sea, because I get in and I realize how small I really am in the grand scale of the world, And I think that if everybody can just, realize that and come together as one, united front, the world would be a much kinder place. And I think Irish music, Irish language, Irish culture allows people to maybe access that part of their soul. You don't have to be Irish. I think you can be from anywhere in the world, and you can relate to Irish music deeply for that reason.
Absolutely. Really, it's amazing. I agree with all of it and everything I've experienced myself. It is this richness of life and appreciation and understanding the human spirit with a little twinkle in the eye and a little humor along the way, and it makes people feel so good. And you are living the dream in a beautiful way. None of it comes easy. You work very, very hard at what you do. You have a wonderful family. You're a talented artist. Everybody, loves being around you. You have 3 as well in the mix, and just a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I know you feel that you are in a sweet spot, huh? It's a sweet place to be right now, isn't it, my friend?
Yeah, it is, and it's lovely to have this chat. Years later, like I feel like it's been so lovely to catch up with you, and I do feel very lucky that I do what I love. But as well, for doing what you love, though, you have to just put your heart and soul. There's no such thing for me as a 9 to 5. I'm sure you're the exact same, Jim. You pour your heart and soul into everything you do, and that comes with the hardship of, am I doing the right thing? Do I keep doing it? But yeah, I do feel the greatest feeling is purpose when you in life, I think. And you can be flying high in your career and on all the billboards and doing all the sort of stuff, but if your feeling and sense of purpose isn't there, it can be hard to know why you're doing it. Whereas now I know why I'm doing this, and I'm only at the beginning, and I know what I want to do with it in the coming years, and that feels very fulfilling to be focused in that way. And yeah, obviously personally, I have my third, we're about to welcome our third baby, and that goes with life being incredibly busy, as you can imagine, but so fulfilling. And becoming a mother has been definitely a huge driving force for me, knowing what I want to do in this world and what I want to represent. And they're like my biggest inspiration, definitely.
Let that sort of sink in with what we call when there's a pause like that. It's actually, I don't know if they use this term in Ireland, but here it's called a pregnant pause.
Yeah,
Have you heard that before? It is a
yeah.
pregnant pause. You just sort of pause and let that sink in. And because that was so beautifully said, my friend. Truly, I want to let folks know as well. We're not going to keep her long because she has things going on, and it's late in the evening, and there's other kids that have gone to bed. But we got a chance to see one of them sneak in a little bit earlier and wave to us. If you'd like to see the original episode when Éabha was a guest on our show, we had a brilliant extended chat as well, because it was her first time here, of course. And we talked about so many different things. And that episode, boy, we still look the same, don't we?
Oh, exactly the same.
This is when she was the first time on the show, and that is archived on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. So you can scroll back the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of episodes, and you can see the original first very special guest appearance of Éabha on the Jim Masters Show Celebrity Talk Show series, archived, and you can watch and enjoy. Again, if you would like to have an opportunity to go to Ireland and stay at beautiful Fitzpatrick's Castle and meet some of the ones that you love so much from all of these Celtic groups, the wonderful artists and people behind the scenes and so much more, it is the Celtic World Music Forum. It's something quite special, created by your beloved Éabha, from Anuna, Celtic Woman, and her solo career as well. It's been something very special for her. If you'd like to get 10% off exclusively, you can do it in lowercase CWF, which is, of course, Celtic World Forum, 25 the year. And my last name, Masters. I told Éabha I love that, because you are all masters of your craft. So it's CWF 25 Masters. I love that handle. So do it lowercase. And of course, there's her website, but she's also on all the socials as well. You're always a delight to talk to, my friend, and just a beautiful person inside and out. And we've had so many wonderful comments. Thank you, Brian Dockery, for joining us here on the show. And Sherry watching as well. She's in the USA, wishing you luck. And Merit is in France, and Marie is in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Kathleen is in New York City. And we have Norway and Denmark and Kansas and all over the world watching. And Just so terrific. Thanks so much for your generosity of time. Congratulations on everything. And once again, we'll keep that porch light on. You're welcome back anytime you just want to chat. You want to have a cup of coffee. You just want to update us on life. Congratulations on everything. Have a continued safe and healthy pregnancy, of course, and pre-congratulations on all of that.
Thank you.
And I hope to, find a way to get myself over there too, because I know so many of you. Wouldn't it be cool to be over there? Maybe do an episode of the Jim Masters show.
Well, the door is open for you, Jim. There's a seat at the table for you. So
you have a room at the castle for me?
Absolutely. So
for Mr. Masters?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Or James or Seamus in Irish, right? How cool would that be to come on over there and do an episode or something with you guys there? Because we've talked to so many of you. That would be great. You're the best, and you be well. And I really hope you enjoyed the time with me once again, as I definitely have with you.
Thank you so much. Always love chatting to you, Jim. You're absolutely brilliant. Love your show. And I was just so delighted that you asked me back on again. And hopefully we'll do it again soon. And thanks everyone for listening. And hopefully we'll see some of you at the Celtic World Forum. And Jim, if I really mean that, the door is open, the seat is there at the table for you. So you just let me know if you're going to be in Fitzpatrick's, and I'll make sure to have your name well and truly there.
I love that. And if you can arrange any mashed potatoes on the plate for me, I am in. That is my weak spot. That's my weak spot. Thanks for all the great comments. We showed some live comments here. We like to sprinkle in every once in a while of our faithful viewers and your fans coming together around the world as well. You be well, my friend. Best of everything. Keep connected with us, and we love having you here. You're a delight, and spread the word continually about our series. And we will see you again soon. Okay, Éabha?
Thank you so much.
Whatever she said, I second that emotion.
Thank you.
Cheers, and you be well, okay?
See you. Bye. Thank you.
Take care. Isn't she amazing? We love her. This was her return visit here on the Jim Masters Show. If you'd like to see the last time she was on, it's archived on our YouTube channel. We had a wonderful conversation, lots of laughs, and we took an even deeper dive into her career and her background and so much more, not only with Celtic Woman and ANÚNA, but her also, Wildflower and all her great music. Again, this event coming up at the beautiful Fitzpatrick's Castle right there in Ireland. It is a stunning place, and it's historic, and you could stay there and you can meet so many of your friends from the world of Celtic and Irish music from Ireland. There is a special discount code just for the Jim Masters Show viewers and supporters and subscribers, and it's CWF25 Masters. So if you're watching this and you plan to go, put this in. Let them know you heard about it from the Jim Masters Show. The Jim Masters told you about it, because you can get a special 10% off discount if you type in the code CWF25 Masters, and in lowercase. We have it in upper there, but do it in lowercase, and guess what? You're going to save some money and stay in a beautiful place like what you're seeing on the screen there. And of course, meet so many of your favorites that you know and love from the world of Celtic music. And there's special panels and forums and discussions behind the scenes, terrific music and performances from some of your favorite artists. And Éabha McMahon, this brilliant, talented artist, singer-songwriter extraordinaire. This is her creation and baby, along with Shane, and their dream that has come together. It's happened a couple of years now, and this is the upcoming one. And she really rounds up some amazing performers. And it's again for a very special reason, to celebrate Irish culture and music and art and humor and love and everything about the Emerald Isle. If you enjoyed this, again, certainly let us know. Drop a comment below. You can also follow us on all the socials as well, right there on Facebook, X, and Instagram at Jim Masters TV. And yeah, it's going to be a great event, so make sure you're there. And if you enjoyed this episode, of course, certainly let us know. We would love it if you give this episode a thumbs up. Like, what does that mean? Well, on the YouTube channel, there's a thumbs up that looks like this. Click that. We would love it. And also share from the link on our YouTube channel. Share this episode on your social media. Let's take it around the world. You know, when you like, share, comment, and subscribe, more people get a chance to see the episodes. That's how it works. The algorithm picks the episode up and shoots it around the world. So leave a comment for us right down below. What'd you enjoy about this conversation? Who are some of your favorite Celtic artists from some of the major groups, or solo artists as well? And also, what do you love about the Jim Masters Show? We love to hear from you. Wherever you're watching around the world, it's always great to have you here. If you're one of our longtime faithful viewers, or maybe you're a brand new viewer who just discovered the Jim Masters Show experience, our celebrity entertainment lifestyle talk show series. It's so great to have you here. If you're watching for the first time, we welcome you. If you like what you're watching, come see us again. And again, you can binge watch all the past episodes with many guests from Hollywood, Broadway, television, film, stage, comedy, music, sports, culinary arts, everything, all aspects of life, celebrity friends, and special guests who stop by our unique, conversational, warm, and fun talk show series. Not just an interview series, but it's a real good old-fashioned talk show series. Fantastic program. Thumbs up from Pierre Kelly and Sherry Larson in Kansas. Another amazing show. Thank you, Jim. Thank you as well. And Kathleen in New York, thank you as well. And everybody watching around the world. We saw lots of folks from all over the place, and we love that. We have a big audience. Hey, you know, before we go, I want to show you, you know, we've been celebrating our 5th anniversary, right? And over almost 1,400 shows. Some of the amazing Irish artists who've been guests on our show, and there are many, 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 and not just Irish artists, but we feature everything around the world. However, some of them were celebrating our 5th anniversary, some of your favorites and legends too, some of them. And one of those who wanted to share a phenomenal word or two and also play a little bit on his flute is the legendary Sir James Galway. On behalf of Sir James, who's a personal friend of ours, we were on stage together at Carnegie Hall in New York City. Matter of fact, I introduced him on stage at a Christmas concert event, and his lovely bride, Lady Jean Galway, from their beautiful home in Switzerland. Here's James with some beautiful wishes for the Jim Masters Show, and we love Sir James.
Congratulations, Jim Masters, on your 5th anniversary. It's great to be able to talk to you. And this greeting is coming from Sir James and Lady Galway.
How amazing is that? And another dear friend of our show, he's here often. I've known him for years, ever since Celtic Thunder came over to America, and I interviewed them on national television on PBS. We've stayed friends. We always support him. He supports us and me. We love this guy, Neil Byrne from Celtic Thunder, and of course, his own solo career as well. He's so good at this. He wants to share some wonderful wishes.
Well, Jim, my friend, I want to wish you a very, very happy 5th anniversary for your amazing show that has brought us all such joy over the years. I remember when you first started off, and through those dreaded COVID years, you brought a ray of sunshine to us all, and I thoroughly enjoy jumping on your show. Every time I'm going out on a tour, or there's an album release or something like that, you're always first to say, come on, and let's talk about it. And it's always a great, lovely, natural, flowing conversation. That's why I love your show so much, and I love you so much. Jim, thanks a million. Have a wonderful anniversary, okay? We'll be holding up a glass, a beer, or whatever it is, a Prosecco or something, to the Jim Masters Show today, okay? So good on you. Talk to you very soon. Take care.
Thank you to our buddy Neil Byrne. Deidre Masterson is another brilliant Irish vocalist as well. She's been a guest on our show, and she shared these words.
Hello, Jim. This is Deirdre Masterson here, Irish soprano, giving you a quick hello and a congratulations for your 5th anniversary. My goodness, how time has flown there. I've always received such a lovely welcome from you and enjoyed our times on the show. So I would like to take this opportunity to wish you continued success and lots of love from Deirdre here in Ireland. Bye-bye for now.
So wonderful. She's another terrific talent. You have Masters and Masterson together there. And another great vocalist, of Irish background, and he's been touring Europe a lot lately. He was a great guy on our show, the wonderful Nigel Connell, another fabulous Irish artist. And he wanted to share these celebratory words as well for me and for you.
Hello, Jim. I'm just dropping in just to say thank you very much for all you've done for all the artists over your 5-year period. Your show has been a massive success. I was proud to be a little part of an interview with you. Well, it was actually over an hour, I think we were talking. But I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed your professionalism, how well you studied my background, and you really, really cared about the questions that you asked me, and that meant a lot. Really, really warm greetings from the bottom of my heart. Keep doing what you're doing. Here's to another 5 years. Happy anniversary, Jim Masters. God bless you, buddy.
Thank you, Nigel. And I just want to slip this one in because I love it so much too. A brilliant, legendary music artist extraordinaire, singer-songwriter, music legend, the one and only Melissa Manchester. Of course, you know all of her songs, Don't Cry Out Loud, and You Should Hear How She Talks About You, and so much more. She's an icon. She's a dear friend. And we wanted to slip this in as well, or she did, and we love her for it.
Hi, Jim Masters. Melissa Manchester here, wishing you a heartfelt congratulations on the 5th anniversary of the Jim Masters Show. Commander of the Lovities, may you have a splendid celebration. Congratulations once again.
And one other we wanted to slip in for anybody who didn't see it. All of these you can see archived in the episode of the Jim Masters Show series where we had our 5th anniversary celebration. The iconic music legend, the one and only Tony Orlando, who's been doing this for over 60 years plus. He's amazing. He's a dear friend of ours and of our show. He's been a guest multiple times. We've seen him in person. We know him. We've talked on the phone. We've texted. We just love each other. He's a great guy. Tremendous international music talent. Tie a Yellow Ribbon Around the Old Oak Tree and Knock 3 Times and Candida and all the songs. Tony Orlando and Dorn, all the tours, millions of records sold. The TV series, he's a great guy. And he wanted to say these words, and we love him for it and appreciate it.
Well, Jim Masters, 5-year anniversary. Congratulations. Let me just share this with you, okay? We're living in a podcast time. Hundreds of millions of podcasts. And I've had the opportunity to do many of those. I just want you to know that you made me welcome. You knew what you're talking about. We became friends from the very moment we started our interview, and we'll continue to be friends. I'm so happy for you. 5 strong years. And everybody I speak to, those people who watch the interview on your podcast, and my buddies and friends who have done your podcast, we all agree you're very special. Thank you for thinking of me and always having me part of your podcast. And anytime you ever need me, please call me or want me to be on. It's a privilege to be on your show. God bless you and continued success to one of the best in the industry. God love you, Jim. Congratulations. 5 big ones. Yes, sir.
Don't you just love him? He's really the best. He's such a friend and a great supporter, and we love him. We love all of you too. I am your host, Jim Masters. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for your generosity of time. And we know you have a lot of things you could be doing, a lot of options. The world is very crazy and busy. So the fact that you take a moment to join us and come for some fun and great conversations here exclusively on the Jim Masters Show series, we wholeheartedly and sincerely thank you for that. And we hope you'll come see us again. Spread the word about our show. One more time, CelticWorldForum.com. Don't forget, you can get that 10% off if you put in CWF25 Masters, and enjoy seeing all of your friends from the Celtic world music industry. And I think you'll have a great time. We thank Éabha for being with us. She is so gracious and again, 35 weeks pregnant at this moment, be her 3rd child. We wish her well. She's a beautiful spirit inside and out, and a pleasure to have once again on the Jim Masters Show. coming to you from America and beaming all around the world. All right, gang. We always say, don't forget to love one another, take care of one another, and don't forget to do the very same for yourself. It's really important to do that. And, just breathe, take time to hear some good music, go out and plant a garden, have a cup of coffee, come see us again. If you need a lift, we're always here for you. And it's always a pleasure putting these shows together as your host and producer. So with all that said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, celebrate us as we celebrate you. And don't forget to, take a moment or two to just enjoy life. It goes by very, very quickly. All right. With that said, Sláinte, cheers, Avida Zane, sayonara, be well. We love you all. And come see us again here on, where is it? There it is. The Jim Masters Show. We love you all. Be well. Take care and cheers.